Zdankus from HP, and you had a talk earlier today, and I think what's really cool about it is it gets to the meat of this entire event, right? The event is not just about information and content, it's about how that connects to the customer experience. Right. And so remind me again what the name of your presentation was.
So we named our presentation Creating Customer Value, and really drawing attention to the opportunity to take information that we produce and actually use it to differentiate and create a strategic asset for the company. And
you dove into how do you bridge that gap between customer experience and information that you have. And a moment ago, we were talking before the video about you can't start off with information and put that out there and then expect the customer experience to be perfect. You need to start from, like as you were saying, the outside in. So how is HP going about this?
Well, your point about we can't just do it on our own inside out is really relevant, because there's been a huge, I'll say revolution, not evolution, around the information capability set over the last many years, but especially over the last 5 years, with the onslaught of new technologies that are underpinning the ability to do more with information and content. And so in order for your content creators to stay abreast of that and to be very closely coupled to how customers are adopting and using those new technologies, you really have to talk to your customers. You have to hear from your customers. You have to hear what they're frustrated doing and what they like doing. And so our organization is hosted in a centralized fashion in the enterprise group at HP in the customer experience and quality team. And that gives us a very tight coupling to the customer experience surveys, the Net Promoter Scores, and the drivers behind them. Gives us firsthand looks at how we can improve communications, website, and the other drivers that affect driving up customer loyalty.
So you're identifying the issues, you're listening to customers, you're putting surveys out, you're doing whatever it is that you guys think that you can do to hear what's on the minds of the customers and fix those experiences using content, right?
Right. And I would say that's the main point of the presentation I gave today, which is it can be a data-centric get really objective information from customers. So not only using the Net Promoter Score customer experience surveys, but we went out and looked at call center cases. We looked at why customers were calling in, counted them, parsed the language in the cases to understand when a customer couldn't find something or said where is. We looked at problems that customers had that we thought they could have solved had they checked on the web. And then we questioned ourselves, well, why didn't they? So then we moved on and looked at hit rate data of what content is being accessed by customers, by whom, by which region.
Most of this right now is online that you're talking about,
It's all online, yes, but we did some analytics behind that to understand, we found that there were a couple of countries that were having skyrocketing issues with, retrieving information. And so it allowed us to zero in on, is there an indexing problem in that country with the search engine? Is there a localization opportunity to localize content? And then from there, we actually did, based on the results of hit rates, and we found questionable data like, well, why wasn't that piece of information very popular and hit? Are customers finding it? Is it coming up in relevance in search?
Were there some things that popped up that, for instance, you normally wouldn't have been looking for?
Right.
And so there's some nuggets that had popped up in doing this.
For one thing, we found that customers really were looking for and valued support and troubleshooting content much more than we realized. And so that allowed us to reprioritize our efforts and put more people on creating content of that nature and less effort on some of the other types of content we were creating. Having that data helped convince our people and be confident about making those changes.
I mean, the other option is creating content and putting all this effort. I mean, I would imagine HP, amongst many other folks, are going to be putting a great deal of effort, time, money, so on, into creating content, and to find out that it's not serving the needs of the customers, especially as you're doing this assessment, that some of it isn't serving, or some people are actually a little bit more hungry for certain types of content you guys aren't producing. It sounds like a no-brainer, and that a lot of organizations are likely missing. And so what would you say to other organizations that want to do what HP is doing? What would be sort of a first step that they could take?
Well, I think the first step is, I don't know, every company uses a different quality approach. We used Lean Sigma at HP, and we put black belts on the problem. So we actually use a data-centric approach, which makes it very objective. It takes the emotion out of what customers value and want and allows you to measure your results. and our results have been very positive after year one. Like I said, we're not done.
Yeah.
We're still in the middle of this transformation. We have lots of improvement areas, and I wouldn't say it's been bad. I would say it's given us really good focus on where to prioritize improvements.
Thank you, Janice. That's
You're welcome.
really incredible.
You're welcome. Thank you.